very theoretical physicist, so I don't have a lab. I don't even go to a telescope. I really like to work pen and paper in math, and a lot of our ideas die on the page. They die because they're mathematically inconsistent, because we find that they can't be a correct description of the universe, and we find it on paper even before we get to the stage of doing experiments. I was never one of those kids who had the chemistry set in the basement or anything like that. I didn't think that science was an option or something I'd be interested in. It was really much later, when I was halfway through college, that I started to realize that some of the questions I was drawn to asking were really the purview of physics. It just never occurred to me. I had no idea. Einstein always thought black holes were a mathematical oddity. He did not believe they existed in nature. He thought nature would protect us from their formation. My particular area of astrophysics almost always involves space-time and Einstein's theory of relativity. So I'm very interested in how the universe began, and black holes, and how black holes evolved. It was decades before the term black hole was coined, and people realized that black holes are real astrophysical objects. In fact, they're the death state of very massive stars that collapse catastrophically at the end of their lifetime. One of the questions I get asked a lot is, what does this do for me, or what's the benefit for humanity of understanding black holes? Understanding the phenomenon of black holes, or astrophysics in general, how our universe began in a scientific theory or a scientific understanding, is part of recognizing who we are in the bigger scheme, and how we're all just together on this little planet. Some of the great mathematicians killed themselves. The lore is that their theories drove them mad, though I suspect they were just lonely, isolated by what they knew. I think writing books for me was a very good way of having another outlet to sort of examine the human implications of what it is to do science. It's when I'm writing a novel, I don't think I'm doing science. I'm not confused about that. You can't hide anything behind a black hole. If this were Battlestar Galactica and you're fighting the Cylons, don't hide behind the black hole, They can see you. Okay. Now, to some extent, I've noticed that people are more interested than ever in certain aspects of scientific thinking, that they take it for granted that this is part of their worldview. On the other hand, our space program has taken a hit, and there isn't a lot of excitement about paying for scientific research or funding it. That's going to hurt us, because curiosity and individual participation is really essential for innovation, and innovation is really what we have to offer. And it would be a terrible thing to crush that out.